with family and friends, and that's exactly what we're going to do today. And showing us how to do that in style with a DIY Alfresco Tablescape is someone who's always alfresco. Orly.
Although, Debbie, I don't feel so alfresco right now.
Because it's hot, yeah.
Dear LA, stop it.
Exactly. It's very warm.
Yeah, this is great. I mean, obviously, summertime is the perfect time to sit outside, relax. It's so beautiful. Late nights, we have light so much longer. But I was really inspired by the Hallmark movie A Summer to Remember, which stars Cameron Matheson, someone we might know around here, and Catherine Bell, the beautiful Catherine Bell. And they've got all these gorgeous scenes outside, places you wish you could just plop down and have a delicious meal. And it inspired me to create my own alfresco.
And when we say alfresco, it means natural, outdoors, fresh.
And if you can't get there, just create it for yourself.
Bring it here.
Exactly.
So, oh gosh, I'm already dropping things all over the floor of your alfresco.
Thank you, Lawrence.
But you say, listen, this isn't something that you should be running out to the store and buying all kinds of things. You can use whatever you have around your house to make this to come to life, although it looks quite expensive.
It does, and you would be shocked at the things that you have. Now, for someone like me, when I see cool fabric, I buy it, right? If I see it on sale, it's not expensive, I buy it, and I've got bins and bins of cool fabric. So for me, this was fabric that I had that I thought was great because it was so colorful that it would allow me to pick up whichever colors I wanted and then focus on those, which is great. But if you don't have fabric and you don't want to spend money on a tablescape or sew one, a really cool hack, a really cool option is to go through your scarf bin. Find scarves, big oversized blanket scarves, and lay those down.
Ones that you're not using anymore. I didn't even think of that.
Yeah, they're packed away for the fall, so grab them out right now, and that's another really cool option.
Also, those blanket scarves are so long, you can use it as a runner.
100%. And a runner does not have to extend off the table. It can be focused on the center to create your tablescape. So even if it's not a super long one, you can still use it. So that's a little...
And it's also your table, so you get to create what you want.
Exactly.
So you started with setting the table first. How did you do that?
Yes, well, let's take a look. I got working on it right when I got here. So here is my fabric. You can see it was just a couple yards of fabric. And because I want to be able to use this fabric again, I didn't want to cut it or sew it. So I laid it over and I folded it into thirds, which when I flip over is going to give me a perfectly clean finished table runner without sewing it or sacrificing this fabric in any way. So you can see it looks clean finished, but really it's just folded. So then when I'm done, I can put that back in my bin and use it again. I bought linen, a beautiful colored linen fabric, and all I did was fold it in half, and you can rip.
Just rip it.
Rip it. So not only does this save you time, but it also gives you that really great frayed edge that linen can have. When you're done, I'd recommend chucking them all in the wash and the dryer, and you'll have a frayed edge. Now, I wanted gold to be my accent, so I did gold chargers, white plates, white bowls, and mason jars, because that just feels really kind of yummy and outdoors. These were little, like, platforms that I was going to use. That's what I'm going to put some of my food on to set outside. And you can see I did a couple extra mason jars, colored mason jars that I used as vases. And one thing I'd recommend is if you want to use some fake flowers, cut a couple of fresh flowers to put in there. So these are the roses from the rose bush that Shirley planted here. I added them in, and it makes the whole thing look more real because it's got that mix.
You know, I mean, even florists, some of the top-end florists that we have here always say, mix the fake and the real. It's absolutely fine. That's beautiful. And I love that you added an extra touch to your napkins, your table napkins, with the dragonfly napkin ring.
Look at this. How cute is that? It's so special, and I think dragonflies feel so summery. They feel so whimsical, catching them in a jar. Like, it's such a sweet idea, so why not really go for it? And you'll see later the lighting actually ties into that as well. So I want to show you guys how to do it, and I have a little bit of a step out here. First thing that you need is this. This is aluminum wire. The gauge of it isn't super important, but the aluminum wire is so soft. So it looks thick, but it's really soft and malleable.
Okay.
So what I would recommend doing if you're a little bit nervous is draw it on a surface. So I know that the dragonfly kind of has this shape, right? It's got these sort of skinnier wings. So what you could do is you could take your wire and you basically, I'm gonna watch out, I don't want to get you. You're basically gonna lay it down and like use this as a guide. And we're gonna create a figure 8. So now you're gonna come up just like this. You get here, you're gonna go down. And what this does is this gives us the guide, because what I found, what was happening to me, and I made a bunch of these, was that some were getting way bigger than others because I was doing them free-handed. So once you wrap them, see, you kind of wrap into this. It becomes your stencil, exactly. So we're going to move on actually to this one here, because once you get to this phase, you would come down and wrap. So see, I'm just gonna like wrap it, and that secures them in place. See, so now I've got my perfect little wings. So here I've got one done. Now, to make the actual napkin ring, it's all secure now. So I'm just rounding it out. Make my little napkin ring just like this. and now you're going to come down. Now, when you actually make yours, the loop, I'm going to move on to this one, is going to be longer than this. You wouldn't actually cut your tail this short.
Okay.
It would be longer. So see, we've got our loop. So now I'm going to come over the top, and this part's really cool. So now take this in half. Yeah, take it in half, just like that. This is our tail. Hold it on the top and just start twisting.
So easy. Look at that.
Isn't it wild? So now you've got your napkin ring in the back, which you can slide right through.
Oh, Orly, that's adorable.
And isn't it cute? Now it hangs just like this. Straighten it down, and you've got the little napkin ring, and you can see the edge here, which is so pretty. That frayed edge, it looks really expensive, but all it is just cutting it
and ripping it.
You know what I also love about those is people can then take them home, and you can take like those little fireflies and put them in potted plants.
Absolutely.
You can put them throughout your house.
Yeah, it's really, really sweet.
Well, here's what I love though. I'm a big fan of lights.
Yes.
I love what you did with the lights and the juxtapositions of the lights in the jars versus the little ball lights.
Yeah. So Lawrence, okay, as soon as the idea of the dragonfly became a thing, I'm like, let's commit to the dragonfly and the whimsical aspect of it. So one thing I did was I got these little lights here, which are bulbs, but there's something about the twine of it. It almost reminds me of like this dragonfly, which
really
is
all goes together.
Yeah, right. It ties in. It's got the little flickering light, and then right here you can see the lights are captured inside, and we actually have a night shot so you can see what it looks like at night. Look how pretty.
Oh my goodness.
It
looks beautiful.
so twinkly and so sparkly.
And magical.
And magical. And so it looks as though the dragonflies that are on our napkins were captured and caught in a mason jar. And all you do is these little guys, which I'm going to use to put out like little snacks and appetizers on these, is what's hiding our little battery packs. And then the last thing that I did, so this is a big one. This is where you're going to put more of your main food, like a main entree, maybe, you know, the protein that you're eating. Exactly. Underneath, what I did here is I used glue dots. These are those sticky little glue dots. I put them every couple of inches, and then I just put my lights and push them right in. So then at night, not only does this have light, but it will, this little perforated detail will shine the light through. So it creates an extra detail.
Orly.
Yeah, I have all these little twinkly Christmas lights that I keep in the box from Christmas.
Oh, not me. I use them on my balcony all year round.
They're so happy, aren't they?
So beautiful.
Yeah. Such a good idea. Sweet and sparkly.
As long as they're not red and green, it's fine.
No,
yeah, use the white ones. Use the white ones. Yeah, and then you can hide them, and it just creates that.
When's dinner, Orly? I don't want to go anywhere.
Exactly.
I want to be at
the show is
Orly's
canceled.
party.
We're eating.
Thank you, my Alfresco friend.